Hello friends, my name is Pawan and I'm going to show you how you can work on the database in the Android side. This is my channel, Learn Techno Hub. You have to just go to the YouTube and just watch out my channel, Learn Techno Hub. And here you have to find out all the regarding video about the Android. In the coming future I'm also going to post the video regarding iOS. So on today we are going to tell you how you can work on the real database. In my previous video I already explained, as you can see this. In my previous video I already tell you how you can work on the shared preference and how you can work on the SQLite. So now we have to move to the new database in the Android. It's a local database, real M database. Real M database, basically it's a open source database. Open source means to say you can use freely. There's no need to pay a single penny to anyone. And another plus point is it's a cross-platform. Cross-platform means to say you can use either in Android and also you can use in the iOS side. Okay, so now in the performance side, you want to know whether the real-time is good or not. So we can say that real-time is 10 times faster as compared to SQLite. So easy to use, and the another plus point is real-time is a NoSQL database. It means you have to store the data in the object form. So how you can work on the real-time and how you can configure the real-time in the Android Studio, because it is not a inbuilt database in Android side. So here I will tell you the procedure. What is the procedure? So firstly I'm going to open my last application. If you want to go with the if you want to create an application, so you have to just watch my previous video. I'm also posting the series or the playlist in which I will already provide the shared preference and SQLite video. So I'm going to open the same project, database fun. In this project, in the last video I'm working on the shared preference as well as a real-time database. Now I'm going to work on the real-time database. So in the real-time database, I want to save some data and also fetch some data. What that data that I want to save? There's a blog's name and email. I want to store the person email, name, and blog. So, and also wants to fetch the information. So how you can do that? And firstly you have to configure the realm to Android Studio. So for configure the realm to Android Studio, firstly you need to copy the plugin. This is the plugin of realm. You can just note down by seeing this, Control plus C, and where you have to go, you have to go to the build Gradle module app file. So here there is a Gradle script, build Gradle module app. In the top side there is a plugin is already available of the Android application. Here in the below you have to add the apply plugin realm-android. Okay, after that there's a you need to add the class path in your project. So here you have to copy the class path, Control plus C, and go to the build Gradle project database file. So here you have to open this file, and in the dependency section you have to add the class path, Control plus V. After that you have to click the sync now. Somehow you have to see this, my right now my configuration is compile SDK version is 26 and the targeted SDK version is also 26. Even you can check it out, my dependency is 26.1.0. so if you have the same configuration it will be easy to work on the real-time database, real-time database. if the configuration is different, means to say the compile HTTP version is different, so you have to adjust the thing. You need to install the packages, all these kind of things. After that, you need to click on the sync now. Here you have to find out sync now is option is there. Just click on the sync now and you have to wait. You have to wait. You have to wait. Here I got some error. Oh, that is not some big issue for me. So after that, then I'm going to create a new activity. Just go to the Java site, file, new activity. I want to create the empty activity. I'm going to give the name as the activity is real m activity. Real m activity. In this activity side, I'm going to create a name, email, and blog. This is not some big issue. If you will find this kind of error, just ignore it because it's required some update version. I don't want to give some update version right now. Okay, so I'm going to just go to the XML side. You have to either click on the control plus and click over here. Control plus click. Now this is the constraint layout. In this video I'm also going to tell you how you can work on the constraint layout. Here you have to find out in the right hand side the preview option is there. You have to just click on the preview. Preview is the design. It just give the design outlet. Whatever you have to do the hard coding, you have to find same design in the right hand side. So I'm going to tell you how to add the edit text, how to add the button, and how to work on the constraint layout. Constraint layout is a very new layout in the Android side, which make your user interfaces so responsive. Responsive means to say the UI should be adopted by different device version and sizes. So here I'm going to take the edit text. Edit text take the input from the user side, like a username and the password. So width should be match parent. Match parent means complete mobile screen size. So here you have to find out my width is, it take the complete width. Now height wrap content. Wrap content means to say the original size of the content. Okay. Now after that, I'm going to give the hint message. Here hint should be name, NAME, and I'm going to give the ID. So I'm going to provide the ID because I want to call this object to the Java site. So here the ID should be et underscore name. Then another ID text, match parent wrap content. Then I'm going to give the hint, HINT. There should be email, and I'm also going to give the ID because I also want to call the email to the Java site. So ID should be et underscore email. Then I'm going to give the edit text, another edit text, match parent wrap content, hint message should be write your blog here. Write your blog. Then after that I'm going to give the ID because I also want to call this object to the Java side. Then there's a button. So by clicking this button, our data will be saved. Here this is the text. Text means to say you have to display some message to help the user, so user can easily identify which is the login button, which is the register button. Okay, so the message should be SAVE, or we can say that yeah, send, SEND. Now we have to give the ID btn underscore SEND, send. Now we have to take the another button for fetching the data, match parent wrap content. We have to show the text view. We want to view the all the data, whatever we have to save. Then we have to give the ID btn underscore view. Okay, here I added all the components, all the widgets, but the problem is all the widgets are overlapped to each other. So this is the problem. So I just want to redesign it again. So how I just want to give the email below the name. So you have to go to the email side and there is a tag TOP. You have to type the TOP, top to bottom of. Top to bottom means you have to go to the bottom side from the top to bottom with the constant respect. So here ID, what is the ID of my above object? ET name. So we have to provide the ID over here, ET underscore name. So here you can see this, my email come below the name. Okay. So same thing I did over here. So TOP, top to bottom of @ID. I want to below the email. I want to come below this email. What is the ID of email? ET email. So we have to give the ET underscore email. Now here you can see this, write your blog is coming below the email. So here there is a button. Again I am giving top to bottom of. Now from where you have to come below, you have to come below the blog ID. So ET blog. Now here there is a view button. So you want to come down the button send. So again you have to click top to bottom of, constraint top to bottom of @ID, and the ID should be btn send. So my design is ready. Here you can see this is only in single line. If you want to increase the number of lines, so there is a tag lines, you have to give 4, so size will increase because someone wants to write a big blog, so he needs some space. If you want to give the center, so there is a gravity center, so this message will come to the center part. Okay. Now here my design is complete. Now I have to go to the Java of realm activity, because this is the realm XML file. So we have to go to the Java side of realm. So this I'm going to just I'm also going to give the comment, because if you are a learner in Androids and you want to learn more things, so first you need to give more comments, because the comments easily identify what operation you want to perform and what is the function of that particular method or coding, whatever you have to use. Declare Java objects for XML widgets. So now I'm asking how many objects we have to take in the XML side. I think 3 edit tags and 2 button. So we need to declare that classes and we need to create those objects over here. So first thing is we have to edit tags ET underscore name comma ET underscore email comma ET underscore blog. Now we have to take the button btn underscore send and comma btn underscore view. So after declaring the object, we need to typecast, and where we have to typecast? Below this set content view method. What is the purpose of this set content view method? It attached my that particular design page. Which design page? Where I design that particular user interface. So this is the method which connect the design file to the Java class. Okay, so I'm coming below this line and I'm giving the comment, because I'm giving the comment for the beginner, so they can easily understand what the coding I'm going to do and why I'm going to do that particular coding. What is the objective? Typecast. Typecast means convert XML widgets into Java object, because you have to touch the user interface. After clicking on user interface, the user interface call the object. So how the object will call? So you have to pass that particular user interface to the object. So here we have to call this object. This is the object, or you can say function et underscore name. You need to search the ID. If you have the version of my Android Studio version is 3.1. So if you have a lower version means to say 2.3 or 2.2 or below that version. So you have to do the parenthesis edit text. You have to do that process, but this is your but you have to try to use the latest version. Okay, so in the latest version, if you want to search out the ID, so the method name is find view by ID. To search the ID of the XML page, r.id.et underscore name. Okay, now here et underscore blog equals to same thing, blog et underscore email equals to find view by id r.id.et underscore email. Now you have to typecast the button view equals to find view by id r.id.btn view btn send equals to find view by id r.id.btn send. Now where you want to click, on the button send and button view. So firstly you want to click on the button send. Now the question is how you can click on the button send. So if you want to click on any kind of Java object, so which method you need to call? I'm going to write down to click on the send button, sorry, send button, to save the data. So btn send dot, the method name is set on click listener. The set on click listener will help to call any kind of method. It means if you if you want to click somewhere, so any kind of Java object, you need to call this method set on click listener. Here you need to pass the interface. So because O is capital, and after the on click listener interface, you can see this is the I is there. So you need to give the memory new O capital N small. Then you have to click enter. So here you have to see this on click method will implement, and by here you have to pass the operation, pass any operation whatever you want to perform. Okay, now you want to click on the button view to fetch the data. Sudden click listener, new on click listener. Okay, fine. So now this is the common thing which you have to perform. Now we are talking about the realm, how you can use the realm. So after adding the dependency, and another thing is class path, you have to come and you have to create one class object realm. Okay, you have to create the object and you have to pass the memory. So realm dot initialize realm dot, just give me a second, equals to realm dot get default instance. Okay, for this you have to also perform realm dot init means initialize, and you have to pass the context and current class reference. Okay, fine. Now after that you want to save the data. I already told you the realm save the data in the form of objects. It's kind of a POJO class. So you need to create a POJO class. You need to create a getter and setter. So how you can create the getter setter? Firstly, you should understand how many data you want to store. So basically you want to store 3 data: the email, name and blog. So when you want to store these 3 data into the local means to say mobile internal storage or in some kind of cache memory, so you have to store that data into the string form. So you have to create another class. So you have to go to the Java first package, right click, new. This is Java class option is there. You have to give the name of the Java class. I'm going to give the name of Java class is item, enter. Then I'm going to extend this class because I want to use the real objects. Okay, so here I have to declare three objects string. One is the name, another one is the email, and another one is the blog, PLOC. Now here then you have to click alt plus insert because you want to create a constructor. So there is a getter set, you want to create a getter and setter. The getter and setter option is there. Click enter and select all these three string objects. Click OK. So here you will get the get method and set method for every object, every string object. Okay, so now here you have to come the real-time activity again. Now how you can send data? Send means to save the data. So for saving the data, the first thing is you have to call the realm dot begin transaction. Begin transaction means you want to perform some operation of database. So realm dot commit transaction. Commit transaction means the data will whatever the operation you have to perform, this statement will save your transaction, means save your data. Okay, so here I have to pass the just give me a second. So here I have to pass call the class of item, in which I created the getter and setter, and just create the object equals to where you want to create all objects, realm dot create object. You want to create the object from the realm. So for which class you want to create the object? Item dot class. Okay, so all the realm object create objects will pass in this item. Now I just call the setter method of name, set method for the name, and from where you have to save the data, from this et name, because firstly your name will pass in this object Pawan Sharma, for example. So after typecasting, this name will transfer this Java object. So this Java object will hold the Pawan Sharma. Now from this Java object I want to pass that name of Pawan Sharma into this item object. So how you can pass and also in the string format. So firstly you need to call the et name. For getting the content you have to call the get tags, and you want to convert to string. So again item dot, same thing you have to do for the email, et email, for getting the content, get tags, and converting in string to string. Same thing for the set blog, et blog, for calling get tags and to converting in string to string. So now the all content will save in this item object. Whatever the name and email and blog I have to provide from the user side, from the user input side. So now after that I want to fetch the content. So for fetching the content you have to use, there is a predefined realm class which provide your data. So the concern is how you can call that particular class. So this class is real and result, and where we have to call the item class, and we have to create the object. So the concern is where is your data will save. Your data will save in the realm object. So from the realm object you have to pass the data, you have to call the data. So realm dot where from where, which class you have to call, you have to call from the class name is item, I should be capital, item dot class, and you want to find the all the data. For finding all the data you need to call the method of find all. Okay, so whatever the data will store in the realm, firstly you have to call this area with the help of where clause. So with the help of item.class, and you want to fetch all complete data, so you need to call find all method. Now you have to pass that data okay, into the real-time result. I'm going to apply the for loop for then I'm going to take the item class object, because the getter will, I got the get method from this item class, and all the data will present in the this object real-time result. So here you have to just see this, whatever the data stored in the real-time result, it passed into this item object, and I want to show this item data into the text view or some kind of text. So for showing in some kind of text view, we need a text view. So I'm going to also create a text view. I'm going to just blow this side. Wait, and here I have to give the one text view with match parent. Height should be wrap content, and we have to give the id tv data. Oh, sorry, this is not the right way to give the id plus id slash tv info means information. Okay. So then I'm going to the Java side. I just need to declare that object, declare the text view object tv underscore info info, and I need to typecast. You have to do the typecast tv info equals to find view by id r dot id dot tv data info. Okay, fine. Now after the typecasting, you want to print the data in the tag tv info, so you have to call the append. Before calling the append, you want to clear that view of the text view, so we have to call set text, and view should be null. It means view should be clear. Then you have to add the data, append is the data in the item. So how you can call the data? Get name, simple, plus we want to concatenate, so we have to give the new line, so the next data will come below, plus item dot get email. We want to call the email, all the email, whatever we have to say, plus new line slash plus I'm going to click enter, item dot get blog. Okay, just give me a second. Yeah, it's correct. Okay, fine. Then you have to click paste and slash off. So all the data will save into this item object. Okay, and I just pass that data into my text view. This text view will display all the data, whatever the data I have to save from the user side. So I have to go to the manifest side, and I need to change the intent filter. So I'm just to control X and pass to the real-time activity, control plus V. So after clicking on the application name and the application icon, we have to go to the real-time activity, because we have passed the intent filter over here. So you have to just click run. This is my device, Xiaomi Redmi. If you want to connect your mobile to the your system, so I am going to make some video by which I am going to show you how to connect your mobile to your device if you got some kind of problem. I am going to click enter, and here you can view my screen, because here you can see this is my recording or voice recording, because in my previous video I'm not providing any kind of voice because my system is not working properly. So and my some of students are requesting to provide the voice. So due to the request of, that's why I'm going to make the voice, record the voice on my mobile. So it will help my students and also help you. Here you can see this the installing message is there. Okay, application will crash. That is not a big issue. I just go to the locate and just checking why this application is crashing. Just give me a second. So guys, all the things are correct. I just need to go to the build and clean my project because there is some kind of caches, and the caches will create a problem because I'm using the item class, and I already before this demo I already used the item class, so that's why the item class will create the problem. But I just cleaned my project and I'm going to run it again. So I'm going to click on the run. This is my device. Here you can see this. Oh, okay, this is my recording. So I can see this. This is a 13-minute recording around. You can just wait. Okay, no. Setting close. You can just view the output. Okay, this is the application. So I'm just going to put my name. So my name is Pawan Sharma. Email ID pawan@gmail.com, and blog. Uh, what is my blog? Try to learn. Okay, this is my blog. Now I'm going to click on the sign. By clicking on the sign, my data will save. If you want to view the data, then I'm going to click on the view. Okay, shit. I just got the data, but I'm not applying the constraint on the text view, so that's why you can view my data will come around here. So I need to go to the design side, and I also going to provide the constraint. So again you have to click top, constraint top to bottom of, then there is a plus id, so it comes under this button view. So I'm going to give the id button view. Now here I'm going to run it up, run this application again, and this is the output, but I'm going to change the content right now. I'm going to provide the new content. So just give me a second. My screen is name is Setpa Infotech. You have to just I'm going to write down my email ID setpa@gmail.com. Blog, again same blog. Try to learn. Even I'm also going to try to learn every day. And the same thing you have to do in your life, then only you can get some kind of success in your life. Otherwise there's nothing without these things. Okay, so you can just see this. I got my data. If okay, so this is my data which I got it. So guys, if you like my video, so you can just subscribe my channel. I already tell you my channel is Learn Techno Hub. Okay, and my internet is not working, otherwise I can show my channel. So thank you guys. I'm already taking so much time off here, so you can just try this demo in real M database. It's really helpful in the Android side. Thank you. I'm going to close, or not this one, with function, and I'm going to close also my video audio from here.